Hi, welcome to another video from Gradelink websites. In this, we're going to cover how we can establish a background video and a video on the page that continually loops. So, first thing we're going to do is enable the Visual Builder to edit the page. And we're going to first take a look at one that is already set up and go through the steps to set up another one. So first of all, we've got this video in the header. Where that's located, if we open up the section by double clicking on it or going into wireframe view and clicking on the section settings, then click on background and click on background video. This is where you can upload that video by clicking on the section that says video and upload an MP4 file into the media library and place it right here. Then click on Save Changes and you'll have a background video there. So that's just for a section, but if you like just a plain old video that automatically plays and also loops and place it directly on the page, that's also possible. Now the way we can do that is, first of all, we have a row, and if we go into the row settings, you can actually set a background. There's background color, there's background gradient, there's background image, and background video. So if we click on the background video, we can upload an MP4 into our media library and place it in as the background for this section. Now by default, it's going to appear as very narrow because we have to actually have a module to introduce some spacing. So first things first, we're going to walk through the steps of how to do it right here. So we have a module right here. As you can see, there is already a video in here, but it's very narrow. And we have this gray plus button showing up in the editor, meaning that there is no module currently set up in the row. We also have a massive amount of padding here. So we're going to click on the row settings first and do some adjustments. So the design, go to the design tab, then click on spacing, and we're going to take out this bottom margin, take out the top margin. Let's put that on 0. And then let's see what other margins we have in here. We might also have some leftover margins here, so you want to make sure that everything is either blank or set to 0. And then what you want to do is click on the gray button to add a new module. And the best thing to do is typically, you could add like a text module, but especially if you wanted overlay text, but if you just want the video there, you can actually put a divider module, and a divider by default will put a line there. But we're going to say show divider, toggle that off. And now we can go to design and spacing, and we're going to put padding on top of the module as well as on the bottom. And as you can see, now that I've added padding, now the rest of the video is showing up and it's filling in that space. So the key is to put the padding above and below in the divider module. If we put it in the row, it doesn't really have anything inside of it to reference itself, so that's why the putting padding in there doesn't really work. And it also introduces some weird things like a transparent line that transverses the video. Now one other thing to note is if we put padding like this, we probably want to adjust it for tablet and mobile view. So I'm going to toggle on this little mobile icon here, and then I'm going to click on the tablet icon that shows up. So under the tablet padding, instead of 250, if we scroll down on the page to see the video, you can see it's actually stretched out quite a bit. So we can adjust this to perhaps 100 on top, 100 pixels on top and 100 on bottom. And that looks pretty good. We might want to do just a little bit more, maybe 150. And we'll get the rest of the video there. For the phone, if we click on the phone icon here, You can see it's a bit stretched here, so let's try 100 here. And we get more of the video there. You might be able to do just a bit more, maybe 120. It's starting to stretch, so we can just leave it at 100 now. So now that that's all done, we'll click on Save Changes and click Save and Publish. And now we have some nicely spaced out videos that are playing automatically and also looping. Now keep in mind that anytime you place videos on the page like this, especially if they're hosted on the website itself and they're not hosted elsewhere like YouTube, there is going to be some bandwidth load on the server, so this page might load a little bit more slowly, especially on mobile devices. But sometimes it's worth the wait, because videos definitely do add a nice element to your page. And when there's movement, it makes the page all that much more engaging. So that's all there is to this video. If you have further questions, please contact Gradelink website support.